Hi guys, welcome back to my IGTV video. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about things that we do on everyday basis that actually damages our hair. So let's straight away jump into the video. So the first thing is how to comb our hair to reduce the most amount of damage. Every time we comb our hair and we are not gentle with the hair and we're actually going very harsh with the hair, it leads to a lot of hair fall, it leads to a lot of damage and a lot of split ends as well. So it is very important to know how to brush your hair, how to comb your hair, and which comb to use most importantly. So let's talk about these three. This is a hairbrush, this is a wide tooth hair comb, and this is a very fine one. So it is very important that you are not taking the tangles out of your hair using a brush. Trust me, it leads to a lot of hair damage. Also, it's very important that you're not using this brush because it is very fine, and every time you're going to take out your hair tangles out of your hair, any knots, it's gonna put so much pressure and it's gonna lead to a lot of breakage, which is very bad. So coming on to this is the most ideal hair comb to actually brush out your hair, to take out all the knots and tangles out of your hair. I'll show you why. First of all, it's very thick, so it actually leads to very smooth combing of your hair, so it will not lead to any harsh breakage in your hair. Also, the right way of combing your hair is very important. So you have to make sure that you're not going straight away very hard on your hair like that, because then it leads to hair fall and a lot of breakage right from your roots as well as from the center parts of your hair, which leads to a lot of damage. So I'm going to show you the right way of taking out the knots. First, you part your hair into sections just like this. Then you take your comb and first you take out all the knots till the center, like that, just till the center of your hair. After that, we'll move to the ends. So we start by taking out the knots from the ends, then moving upward, and then again, and then again. So you just keep going upward, and then you finally brush out the whole segment of the hair. Similarly, I'm going to show it on this side. So this is how you take out your knots from this. See, I have a knot here. So till the mid lengths of your hair. Then again, we'll start from the ends, moving upward, slowly, gradually, with very light hand, so that there is no breakage and no damage in our hair. That's how you take out all the knots out of your hair, and it's very important you do it as gently as you can. Tip number 2 is that how often do you comb your hair? How often do you actually take the knots out of your hair? I would suggest that you do it once in the morning and once before you go to bed. Do not overbrush your hair. Do not do any less, because if you have very frizzy hair and you have curly hair, then I would suggest you can do it according to your own will, because I understand people with curly hair can go to and have some troubles with combing their hair out. But if you have wavy hair or pretty much manageable hair, then you should comb your hair twice a day. That will make sure that you're not having excessive hair breakage, or when you are combing your hair after a lot of days, then it might cause some troubles. I do not have much knots in my hair because I have pretty silky hair, so I just use my fingers. That is the best thing you can do. Just keep your fingers like that and just brush out your hair like that, and if there is any thicker or bigger knot, it will come out straight away. Third tip is how often do you moisturize the ends of your hair? You heard me. My third tip is how often do you actually moisturize the ends of your hair? You heard me right. We can oil our hair as often as we can do hair spas, but this segment, this ends of our hair needs more love and nurturing, for the reason that these shorter hair, they are new and they are not prone to as much damage as much as our ends, because they have grown older, they lack nutrition. Oil any oil, coconut oil, olive oil, argan oil, any oil that you can find, to just take a little bit and put it on the ends of your hair. I generally use 100% olive oil, so I would just take a very little bit of it. I would just rub it in my palm, and I would just very gently, straight away, put it in the ends of my hair without causing any frizz, without rubbing it. Just simply put it on the ends of my hair. So what I tend to do is to do this step every day before going to bed. So at night I will just take a very little bit of oil and put it on the ends, and then I'll sleep with it. It will, you know, just moisturize the ends of your hair, and it will prevent your hair from any further damage or any split ends that you can have later. So if you're growing out your hair, it's very, very important that you're actually making sure that you are not bringing any further damage that you might have to cut down later. Otherwise it will just lead to, you know, shortening the length of your hair. So that is very important to avoid damage in your hair. My fourth tip is also a very important one. It is never rub your hair wrongly. When we come out of shower and we have wet hair, what we tend to do is, a lot of time we do not focus on how we are actually rubbing the towel in our hair. It's very important that you're not rubbing the towel in your hair like that. Rubbing the towel in our hair like that causes a lot of frizz, because the towel is not very gentle on our hair, and when you are rubbing, it's causing a lot of friction, a lot of frizz in your hair. So the right way of doing it is, you simply take the towel and you just put and just gently press it in your hair. Do not rub it, just gently press it in your hair, and it will take out as much moisture as it can, and then just simply let your hair dry just the way they naturally do. Also, anytime you're applying any product in your hair, you're putting serum, you're putting any hairs in your hair, too much of friction, always just rub any product in your hair. Go very decently with your fingers in your hair, or just straight away like that. Avoid any rubbing of your hair. That's very, very important, and we are so neglectant of this factor, and it is very, very important that we put it into focus, that we're not rubbing our hair unnecessarily. So my fifth tip is, never ever brush out or comb your hair when they're wet. When you come out of the shower, it is very important that you let your hair get dry first before you start combing your hair. Because when your hair are wet, the roots are very delicate, they are very weak. So when you're combing your hair out and your hair are wet, it will lead to a lot of hair fall. It will lead to a lot of breakage, a lot of damage. So let your hair dry first, or at least let them dry approximately 80 to 90%. Then you can go ahead and comb out your hair, or use any hair serum if you prefer to use. Also, an additional tip is, allow your hair to dry naturally as much as you can. It is very important to keep heat away from your hair, even blow drying your hair. It is very important, because heat is one thing that damages your hair so much. And in the hope of styling our hair, we tend to avoid all these scenarios. We press our hair, curl our hair, put a lot of heat on our hair, and it is very important. See, I just believe that you are gifted with the most beautiful hair. Just cherish the way and the texture of your hair. So just let them dry naturally. You can style them once in a while, it's totally normal, but avoid using heat on the everyday and day-to-day basis, because that leads to a lot of hair damage. So guys, these were my 5 very basic things. So guys, these were my 5 basic tips to avoid getting any damage in your hair that you should always keep in your mind. I hope this video helps you in some way. Also, do let me know in the comment section below about any topic that you might want me to create a video for you guys, or you want to know anything related to my hair care, or anything that I could put forward and could help you guys. So yeah.